Hello, thank you for tuning in with me for another meditation and also a lesson in A Course in Miracles. I read this every day, and this is for my Seraphim Holistic Center meditators and also the beautiful souls that are here and listening on out in the world. Today is lesson 24. And this is a 365-day course. It is a daily series of meditations. Meditation is recommended to be used as a complementary therapy for pain by the U.S. Pain Foundation. And there are all kinds of meditations. There's not a one for that everybody do that's the same. We journey into this part of our life usually when we are either seeking truth, seeking answers, or personally, I went through a season of pain and I was diagnosed with muscular dystrophy and wing scapula. And these things reduced the function and use of my arms so greatly for a period of time that I was terrified and anxious and fearful of everything, of what I would be like physically, what my children might be like. And it wasn't a pretty season, but meditation and other holistic remedies came to me. And as I was introduced to these therapies and practices, I would put them into practice and do a trial and see how it worked. And so meditation's been sticking around for years. It's a universal therapy that doesn't depend on your race, your color, your gender, where you live, the things you have access to, the money you have. It doesn't matter even what your bank account is. We can all take the self-responsibility for our self-practice and begin a meditation practice. There's just no other excuses about it. So that's the reason I come and share every day, because it's highly accessible. And because it got me into my higher right mind, often I will refer to this as a Christ mind. I do believe this is how Jesus lived in the third dimensional reality. I believe he was in a Christ consciousness always. And that is the state and the level of life he lived. And so therefore, I do believe that if you are seeking spiritual answers and a spiritual truth, and you do believe in the Bible and Jesus, then that is the goal for us as well, to live as Jesus lived and to be in that Christ consciousness that he was capable of being in. So let's get at our practice. Lesson 24. I do not perceive my own best interests. In no situation that arises do you realize the outcome that would make you happy. Therefore, you have no guide to appreciate action and no way of judging the result. What you do is determined by your perception of the situation, and that perception is wrong. It is inevitable, then, that you will not serve your own best interests. Yet they are your only goal in any situation which is correctly perceived. Otherwise, you will not recognize what they are. If you realized that you do not perceive your own best interests, you could be taught what they are. But in the presence of your conviction that you do know what they are, you cannot learn. The idea for today is a step toward opening your mind so that learning can begin. The exercises for today require much more honesty than you are accustomed to using. Few subjects honestly and carefully considered in each of the 5 practice periods, which should be undertaken today, will be more helpful than a more cursory examination of a large number. 2 minutes are suggested for each of the mind-searching periods which the exercises involve. The practice periods should begin with repeating today's idea, followed by searching the mind with closed eyes for unresolved situations about which you are currently concerned. The emphasis should be on uncovering the outcome you want. You will quickly realize that you have a number of goals in mind as part of the desired outcome, and also that these goals are on different levels and even conflict. In applying the idea for today, name each situation that occurs to you, and then enumerate carefully as many goals as possible that you would like to be met in its resolution. The form of each application should be roughly as follows. In the situation involving such, I would like such to happen, and such to happen, and so on. Try to cover as many different kinds of outcomes as may honestly occur to you, even if some of them do not appear to be directly related to the situation, or even to be inherent in it at all. If these exercises are done properly, you will quickly recognize that you are making a large number of demands of the situation which have nothing to do with it. You will also recognize that many of your goals are contradictory, that you have no unified outcome in mind, and that you must experience disappointment in connection with some of your goals, however the situation turns out. After covering the list of as many hoped-for goals as possible for each unresolved situation that crosses your mind, say to yourself, I do not perceive my own best interest in this situation. And go on to the next one. Amen. Thank you for tuning in here again and listening for this reading on A Course in Miracles. If you're looking for this content in writing or you would like to see the words, please go to ACIM.org. If you're looking for an in-person master meditation teacher to help you meditate, you can go to tm.org and find an instructor in your area that you can go to in person for a one-on-one instruction and your tune-ups and everything needed to be having a regular meditation practice. That's what I did in Baltimore, Maryland. And if you're looking for us at the center, you can go to sundaymeditate.com and find all of our holistics and my schedule as well. I offer free children's meditations on Sundays, as well as to the community. You can find my schedule online, and we will see you again on the next video. I love you.